Hello, good afternoon. Happy Sunday afternoon. We are chilling today. I'm trying a new track from Chill Hop called Peace Retreat, Meditation and Relaxation. So we'll see how that goes. I have it turned down quite a bit. After I get to spinning, maybe I'll turn it back up a little bit. So how are you? How has your weekend been? I hope it's been going good. We've had cold, chilly weather, rainy a little bit. It's not porch weather yet, in spite of what I really, really want it to be. So I am finding my inside projects, and I spent yesterday elbows deep in soap suds. I was working on some of the vintage linens as far as washing and soaking and trying to get rid of the yellowing, and had quite real good luck with that. Hi Kay, you had a little snow yesterday. Yeah, it's just not spring yet, is it? In spite of what the calendar says, it's a slow spring this year. Maybe that means we'll have a long summer and nice fall. So I was soaking linens yesterday and working on these vintage linens. I worked all day on it. I got about a third of it done, but the way I'm working on it is I was doing all the small stuff yesterday. Doilies and small dresser scarves and things like that. The other part isn't so many pieces as it's great big tablecloths, and they're going to have to be dealt with differently. I could use my kitchen sink yesterday, and yeah, I had some. They're just not going to be good enough to sell. I have to decide whether I'm going to repurpose them, which means they go up to the sewing room, or just use them myself, like I did for kitchen towel. Okay, I can use a kitchen towel and not be upset about, using it. So that kind of stuff. And yeah, I still have a lot to do, and my pile now I have an additional pile. I had th- two boxes divided into wash, because what I'm going to keep or whatever I'm going to sell has already been stored. What it was good without any further work, and now I have a box of wash them, and then a box of mend them, and now I have a stack of iron them because all of these, I mean, they're you got to iron these linens, right? They are not wash and dry. Come out of the dryer. But it's been an interesting experience. It was a nice project to spend on yesterday. I will wait another week before I do another batch because, like I said, it's an all-day process. And hi, Bass Bandit. I'm doing good today. I'm doing all right. So yeah, I got the first of those done, and I'm pleased. But I now have an ironing pile. And I added to the mending pile the stuff that's washed, and now it's got to be mended. I'm going to start working on that Tuesday morning. See exactly what I can do by hand. I do have a sewing machine, but it's upstairs, so I'll never do that on stream. But anything I can do by hand, I think I will make a Tuesday partial stream working on this stuff. Working on that. Today I'm going to spin. I'm still spinning these bats of the ewe lamb that I dyed. I have 3 more bats to add to this bobbin. I'm ending up putting 7 bats on each bobbin, I think, and it looks like it's going to fit because of Ciara. So I'm going to work on those 3 today and hopefully get those done. It's a long process when there are 15 bats. It's almost, not quite, it's maybe 1.5 ounces underneath a pound of fiber. So it takes a while. I look at that and I think, oh, I'll get that, I can spin pretty fast, but I look at that and I think, I'll get that spun up in no time. Especially when I only do it on stream. So let's go to the spinning wheel. I'm going to be spinning on the arm. So Kay had snow. Mass Bandit probably did too. You all need to go wake that groundhog up and tell him we are ready. We are ready for spring. I have lots of clothes on today. It's just chilly enough in the house to be uncomfortable. So, alright. I'm going to start out here with one of the Fairbats. I can tell by how nice it looks. Oh, shoot, I have a show and tell. Let me go back to the screen. Sorry about that. I have a show and tell. I did an auction lot a while ago. Hi, Guitarna. Good afternoon to you too. I hope you're having a good weekend. I did an auction lot, and this time I got 2 Kentucky Derby glasses. Those were they're intended as a gift, and I got a thing that I've never seen before. I'm real excited about owning it. I will never use it, right? They're Oriental, and there are 3 of them. These are brass, okay, cloisonne handles, 3 different sizes, and you would never guess in a million years what they're for. No, they're not drinking vessels. They're not tea vessels. Okay, and then we have a big one. They're heavy. They're very, especially this big one, it's very heavy. Okay, these are called silk irons. And the whole thing behind them, because I Googled and checked before I bid on them, because I was like, oh, I gotta have these. Okay, the whole deal is you put hot charcoal in here, and then you iron your silk sari with it. This is all really flat and smooth right there, see? And that gets hot, and then it irons your silk without scorching it. Brilliant, right? And so cool looking. The cloisonne handle. It's a beautiful piece. I was real excited about getting that. I believe these are reproductions. It does say China on the bottom, so like they're not probably the original kind of, and they're in way good shape, but I believe they're true to reproduction. I can't imagine ironing with this little one, but I guess a collar maybe, or something like that. It is just so cool. So yes, I was really pleased. This is it. I picked it up the other day. It must have been Friday, because I streamed on Thursday, and I picked these up on Friday. Usually I'm getting tons and tons and tons of stuff. You know, and this time it was like I walked out with these 2 glasses and these things. I was like, this doesn't feel right. All right, back to the spinning wheel. Yeah, there's always an auction going on, and the one that's current right now, hubby has always liked the Tervis glasses, and we just, they're expensive, and there is a group of those in there, so I have put bids in for that, and there is like 8 boxes of linens, and I am not letting myself bid on any of them because I have so much to do right now with the 3 boxes that I got previously at another auction. So, but I was like, oh, It's so hard not to bid on it. So I'm kind of heads down today as far as I really want to get these 3 bats spun. I feel like I'm lagging. I really thought I would do more spinning, and I may this next week. This next week is not going to be an outside week at all, and I went to Staples yesterday and I got 2 great big binders so that I can put those clear plastic sheets of the fair ribbons and the snap pouches that go, and do them by years. And so I figured up I've got from 1999 through 2022, so I've got 23 years of stuff. I have only missed the 2020 fair. I did not. It was such a disaster because of COVID, and there was just like, we weren't sure there'd be a fair. I mean, the restrictions had just started lifting. The vaccines were just starting to come out because our fair is held in August. And so I just said, nope, I'm not going. So I missed the 2020 fair, but other than that, I have stuff for every year. Anyway, that's one project I will do while I'm inside this week. And then I really want to get some fleece washed this week too. I also have about a dozen skeins of yarn that I have spun, and they need to be washed also. So I may do that. And I'm going to start my garden seeds that are not, that I need in about 6-7 weeks. It's still too early to, I haven't even planted lettuce yet because we had frost 3 days ago. But yeah, we will start some seeds too this week. Always something to do. Always something to do. Hubby's been on a tear about putting batteries in things. You know, he told me today, I'm going to put these in the kitchen scales. I said, you mean our bathroom scales? He said, yeah, because we keep it in the kitchen. It's the only place we have a linoleum floor. I said, oh, well, that shows you how long it's been since I've been on one, because I didn't know it wasn't working. A lot of this stuff takes those little round batteries, and every once in a while he gets on Amazon and he orders a pack of 50 of all the different sizes. That's what he's been working with. We don't use the regular batteries too much. Your lettuce is 12 inches tall. Well, you better eat it. Yeah, get cutting that. Yeah, I know. I know. It's hard to believe, but it really is true. We are having a really cold spring. It is not warming up the way. And unfortunately, what that'll probably mean is it'll go from in the 50s every day to in the 80s every day, you know. It's not good lettuce growing weather here because of that. What I do have is the seed starter thing, or after I get the seed starter um, taken care of, I can put the other thing on there and just plant lettuce in one of the AeroGarden things and grow it in the house. More than likely, that's the best thing to do. But you know, fresh lettuce is okay, but it's like, if I'm going to grow stuff, there's other things. I can get that so inexpensively at the store. It's getting it's costing more lately, but in general, in comparison, you know, there are other things I'd rather grow. Squashes. It irritates me. Here I am ranting. To pay for squash by the pound. I mean, it ends up being the same price as meat in many cases, so. And squashes are great to grow. We don't have a long enough season to grow watermelons. I can't grow melons very well. I tried cantaloupes, but they just don't work real well. We grow great green beans, great tomatoes. Cucumbers. The one thing I really want to grow is chard. I cannot get chard in my grocery store. And that is the one thing I do like. I don't care for kale that much. I cannot grow spinach. The ground isn't right at all for spinach. So I might try that in the AeroGarden. Anyway, I used to be a huge gardener, and I really have cut back a lot. After doing it for 25 years. I just don't do it like I used to. Yeah, still have snow on the ground. I know. And Kay said they just got snow. I mean, at least we aren't getting snow. We have, in the town nearby, we have the Kentucky Derby, which is a horse race, and it's always in May. And they celebrate this about 6 weeks before. It started last night. The whole city. There's just there's just tons of events that they do leading up to the Kentucky Derby. And the first one was yesterday, on the waterfront. They have a 6-hour long air show, and then they have fireworks. at night. And that was yesterday. It was miserable. I mean, it was cold, and it was just, sometimes it's beautiful, but they were showing pictures, and usually that place is just like wall to wall people watching, and there were people there, but it was just so cold. People didn't go. You can watch it on TV, which is what we did, and it's amazing fireworks display. So we are officially in derby season now. All sorts of things to do. I don't know what hubby and I will do, for sure. I just know that you can't blink, because it really does go by real fast. It's hard work. Gardening is hard work. I agree. Although, I never will accept hothouse tomatoes, or what the tomatoes you get in the grocery store. You just cannot. You cannot match tomatoes from the garden. So, that alone is worth the effort to me. It's just that I used to have 24 to 30 plants, and I made juice and spaghetti sauce and canned it and froze it and, all that. And that's what I don't do anymore. I just have my fresh tomatoes to eat. I buy about 6 plants. I was thinking about that this morning. I was working in the kitchen. I made scones this morning, and so I was baking, and I was thinking, I don't know if you all are kitchen people, but if you watch food shows on TV, right, I caught myself this morning in my brain talking to an audience as I was working in the kitchen. Now, this is not the best thing in the world to confess, but it's the truth. It was like, I have this secret desire to be a food chef on TV, I think. Oh, goodness. In my jammies. Anyway. The scones were not totally from scratch. They were, King Arthur makes scone mixes, and I really like King Arthur, and periodically I buy 6 of their scone mixes, and they're great. You have to add the butter and the egg and the milk, and it's it's the powder. I mean, it's the flour and whatever style the scone is. Like today we had apple pecan, cinnamon pecan, so it had cinnamon and little pecan pieces in it, in the what you bought. So, but you still get your hands in there and shape the scones and all that. I have a really nice scone baking dish. It looks like a pie plate, and it's divided into 8 sections, and you make triangular shaped scones by putting your scone mix in there. And oh, they're so good straight out of the oven. You watch a ton of those shows? Oh, Great British Baking Show is one of your favorite. It's my favorite too. Chef's Table on Netflix. Now I don't watch Netflix. I watch anything on Prime, and for a while there, um, we had Paramount Plus just because hubby signed up when it was, real cheap, and then we canceled it. Those are main TV shows though. But yes, the British Baking Show, I love that. Such drama. And I don't think it's on anymore, but there used to be Project Runway, where they made their clothes. They were sewers and they made their clothes. Has anybody ever watched that? Oh man, I watched that religiously years ago. Loved it. Speaking of drama, yeah, because you'd get eliminated. This was kind of I don't know if this one is even a half ounce. It's kind of a skimpy one. Will not be streaming next Sunday. I will stream Tuesday and Thursday, but just as a little heads up, I am being treated to a little getaway for my birthday, which is Monday. a week from tomorrow. It's May 1st, if you're counting. Anyway, we are going up to Covington, which is across the river from Cincinnati, Ohio, and there is a new yarn store there. So I am going up there in time to be able to catch that while it's open on Sunday. And then then we have reservations at a really nice restaurant for my birthday dinner, which is like, I love going to fancy restaurants. So we always stay at one hotel there. In fact, this time we got it free because we used Marriott points, and we have been staying enough, we got a free room this time. So that was a nice little birthday present too. Yeah, I mean, I'm real excited, obviously. I get to go to a yarn store. And have a nice dinner. Be really interesting. The restaurant is in a different hotel than what we're staying at. It's a boutique hotel, which of course means it's more expensive. But we thought we'd go and get a cocktail and have a dinner there. Fun. Yes, New yarn store. Yay. I know. So, Guitar Night, I think you're making good progress on your sweater, are you not? It's looking from the pictures. Uh-oh. Is that an ad? No. That's just people talking in the music. Whoops. Let's see here. You're about to start the third skein. You're about an inch past the sleeve. Yeah, that was fun to figure out. Lots of things to learn. You've hand carded one of those Ziploc bags of Romney. Good. Ready to spin. Very good. Getting better, easier after doing it a number of times. It's something else. I have a white fleece that I'm going to leave white, and I need to drum card it. Actually, no, I take that back. I misspoke. I am going to comb it because it's Cormo, and I don't want to card it. I want to comb it. So I'm waiting for, I set up my big, my comb system outside on the porch table. It's about the easiest way for me to comb. So I'm waiting for warmer weather. You have a nice system figured out now. Good. Yeah. I actually have a number of fleeces that I want to comb. Yeah, it's time consuming to do though. You know, if the fleeces just weren't so big, there's so much of it. Takes a while. My cat was having crazies today. Just running all over the place, hiding under furniture, jumping in my lap, and and like swatting me with his hand and then jumping off. He was just being crazy today. I guess he's got cabin fever. We were going back through our photos, trying to figure out when we got him. He is probably 11 years old now, because he was close to 1 when we got him, and we got him in 2013 from the Humane Society. So he's still got a little feist in him. I guess he just doesn't do it very often now, and it seems funny when he does. You think one of your Angara is about ready to start shedding? Good. Little tufts are holding out when petting. Yes. Yes. And you're very excited to card that and then spin it. You call that cat behavior the zoomies. Yeah. That's a very apt way to call it. Zoom zoom. All over the house. So yeah, your Angora. Be real interesting to spin, especially if you do it without blending it with anything, which you should try at some point. Boy, I really gonna fill this bobbin up. I should hold it all though. Kind of dark. I have black pants on. It's kind of can't see much. Can't see very much. It is no sunshine coming in the window behind me, and I have all the lights on in here, but it is kind of dark. Oops. Lost my connection there. Just trying to find something or figure out something to spin on the Nano. I have not spun on that for a long time. Of course, I want to get this done, so it's better that I work on this, but I need to spin on the Nano. just have such big balls of fluff. Yeah, it's just all 8 ounces, and that's way too big to be spinning on the Nano. This bat's super thick. I got way too much in this bat. I must have been in a hurry towards the end of the time I wanted to spend doing this. I was working on this one. Oops. Hmm. I was just sitting here thinking about the trip to the yarn store. I do believe I will take some of my hand spun with me. Just never know. It's pretty far. I couldn't do anything weekly, but maybe once a month. Maybe they'd want somebody to teach spinning. Or maybe she would want to stock some hand spun. I don't know. It's worth taking some up with me, though. I have found in the past that, new yarn stores, they are on such a thin margin. They really don't have they can do the classes, but they just don't have the margin for the inventory. I'd have to sell it really cheap. I don't know if that's what I want to do or not. Just depends whether it's just a true yarn store or the owner or somebody that works with the owner is a spinner. If there's a spinner around, that probably will have fiber. One small one I went to up in Indiana one time had just like, I don't know, a dozen things of braids of dyed fiber, and I was asking her who did the dyeing because it wasn't a manufactured dyeing. Oh, I take that back. They had some Ashford. They did have some of the Ashford, but the other one, and she says, well, that's the mother of so and so that works here, right? That's how it goes, which is cool. I mean, that's a great thing. All right, take a little stretch break here. Yeah, could talk about consignment. Yeah, and I can't walk in there and say, well, I'm not going to buy any of your yarn because I have so much that I've spun myself. I'm not that attitude. No, you have a yarn store and I love yarn and I want to talk to you all about it and look at it and handle it and maybe buy some sock yarn or something, some lace weight or something. I definitely like supporting local yarn stores. We just don't got them, right? We just don't have them. About the best, it's out of business now, but about the best one that I had the most experience doing things at and going to and being pretty actively involved in it. There were two. One was across the river from us, and it stayed open a long time. And I was working, so I didn't get to go there like in the evenings or during the regular hours because I was working. But every once in a while on weekends they'd have a get together or they'd be doing something, and I'd go, and so it was close enough that it was easy enough to go to. And unfortunately, they closed with the pandemic in 2020. And then there was another one that did start here in the town near me, and it made it for, it was less than a year. But I went there every weekend that I wasn't working, and because they had a group that sat and knit at the thing, and I bought a number of yarns for projects and stuff while it was open, but sadly it didn't make it either. So it's just unfortunate. Somebody has to have other means of financial support.
You never forget your first Oreo cookie.
Uh-oh, ads. Oh, wow, that was quick.
It's a scorcher out there in Chillville as the summer is finally here.
Oh,
You don't
summer's
have
not
an
here
AC.
yet.
Better stick your head in the fridge
Okay.
or something. And
We
if you're on
got
the
more
move,
music coming
flag
here.
down to Mr. Chili's ice cream truck. They're all over the city. Either way,
This is Chill Hop. I pretty much, I really like it. I mean, they do stick ads at the beginning, and every once in a while I hit one of their streams that seem to have more ads sprinkled throughout, but they are really good about not putting ads other than in the beginning. But they don't tend to be, there are some that are 2 hours long, but there are a lot of good ones that are only an hour long, so, that's only half of the stream. That's why I'm always kind of bouncing around wondering what they're going to do next. Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh dear. Excuse me. Hello, allergies. Welcome back. In spite of the colder weather. There's an R for sale. Oh my gosh. That's exciting. Unless it's way too high. Does it have just the 3 wood bobbins, or does it have other bobbins with it? You know, you can get 3D printed bobbins. That's what I'm using here, is 3D printed. I have 2. Well, you are having some good luck, I'll tell you. Found rabbits. You probably stalking the market thing all the time. Is this Facebook Marketplace that you're talking about? Oh, when I went to pick up my things at the auction, it was actually at, usually when you pick up things, it's at the house that they are closing up, right? Selling the household stuff. But every once in a while, they collect stuff and they put it all together for an auction, and it'll be at their office, right? They have a big area where they can set up things in shelves and stuff like that. But this auction that the Silk Irons were in, and the Derby glasses, was one of those kind of auctions, right? So we went to their office, and you walk into their office, the front room, and they have 3 enormous floor-to-ceiling carved wooden statues that are, do you remember, maybe nobody remembers, but cigar stores used to have like an Indian out of wood on the outside, you know, and they might be holding a cigar or tobacco or something like that. They were those kind of things, except they weren't all the Indians. They were, I can't even remember what they were. They were 3 different figures. They were amazing. I can't begin to imagine. I guess some kind of store will buy it or something, but they were amazing. I should have taken a picture, but you know, I was busy talking to them and signing in, and they were getting my stuff, so. Just the 3 bobbins, and you have it. Yeah, that's a good thing. Save the search. That's a real good thing. Get the notification. Those were so cool. I was like, oh man. Look at, they must probably weigh a whole bunch. I've always wondered how people get some stuff that is for sale out of there anyway. Pianos, organs. I guess they have movers come and do it. Well, Guitar Nut, you gonna call him? Maybe you have already. You think you have to, yeah. Well, if they list the price and you know it's out of your budget, then, no, you don't have to. But if it's somewhat close to your, possible budget, you might, but a little high, you might call and see if they, maybe there's something they'd trade for too. You never know. Yes, you have. I was just sitting here thinking, I can't imagine they'd take. What was it that you traded? What bird was it? I want to say pigeon, and I know that's not right. Anyway. Got a thoroughbred horse in your stable? I have never really been much luck with bartering, trading. Really haven't. In my lifetime of on the farm and all the stuff that I've done over the years, it's rare, very, very, very rare any of it was for trade. One time I spun and got a pound of fiber for the yarn that I made. That was the only thing. I think that's the only trade I've ever done. Oh, it would be a lot of quail. Yeah, quail. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Be a lot of quail. Newman is trying to open the door to this room. I should get up and let him in, but he'll just want back out again. Poor kitty boy. All right. I can't say no to a kitty. I'll be right back. Coming in. There you go, buddy. could not find a way to make that door stay just partially open. I don't know. Unfortunately. Now it's cold in here because the cold air is coming in. You coming up here? Huh? Come on. Come on. Hey. Being ornery? Come on. He just wanted to be in here. I don't think he wanted him to sit on my lap. Hey, better not rub against the wheel, you'll get your whiskers. He's looking up at my lap like, please? But then he won't get up there. You ready to come up here? Come on. Come here. Hey. Come on. Yeah, boy. Come on. You can do it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Spoiled cat. You spoiled boy. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. Yeah. He is. He's a cutie. Oh, we get so attached to our cats. We don't really have dogs. Once in a while we've had a dog, but it's mostly just always cats. I know, you want to rub all over that, don't you? Got your back to the camera, though. Yeah. Got your back to the camera. Turn around. Like that. See? Show your white feet off. Your tuxedo. Yeah. Bibs and spats. This is why I don't get any knitting done too. Because he'll be in my lap. There's just not enough room for him and knitting. Oh, bath time now, huh? Click it down. Go lay on the bed. Yep, go take a nap on the bed. Ooh, that's the spot. Yeah, I know. Hi, Miss Earlo. Yep. You see his cut ear, his notched ear? It's sometimes you can tell it's notched. That's the Humane Society's way of not saying this one's been neutered. So he was a rescue from them. Yeah, you saw it, yeah. And that was in 10 years ago. And he's runs this household because he's the only cat. No other pets to share attention, huh? You got it all. I am doing good. I know you. It's been a long time since I've seen your name pop up. Glad you could join me today. Still spinning. When the cat's not on my lap, don't chew my fiber. All right, cat. Can I do some more spinning now? Mm-hmm. Can you go lay down on the bed or something? Go. There you go. Kitty boy, you shouldn't rub the wheel. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. No, he laid down here beside me on the floor. Truth is, he's used to, if I sit in a recliner and put my feet up, then he has, you know, a long lap and he stretches out. So just sitting like this doesn't make quite enough lap for him. So what have you been up to with your life, Miss Erlo? Finally must have a little bit of free time to peruse. I call it, yeah, you know, I jump around on Twitch, right? I pop in different streams instead of sitting and watching a lot of times one of them. Your little cat Poppy is still young, not fond of lap sitting. Aw, you've been spinning a bit? Good. And starting socks, although you're not great at finishing them. Me either. I don't either. I finish my spinning projects, but not my knitting ones very much. This is a fleece from a ewe lamb. I did not know the breed, but I bought the fleece white, washed it, put it in a dye pot. Color is called Antique Mauve, and drum carded it. And I ended up with, I think, 21 bats. Each bat's a little under an ounce. I have spun 6 of them because they were lighter in shade. I had probably put the fiber in as a second run on the dye pot, right, so there wasn't as much dye, so it got lighter. So I've already spun those, and now I'm spinning the what I did in the first batch in the dye pot. There's 14. There must have been 20 bats. It's been a big project. It's taken me a while to do it. I mean, as far as the spinning even. You're working on 3 and the others are put away? Oh, okay. Is that because you just like the change in what, maybe the pattern or whatever? I have 3 lace shawls going in knitting that I hardly ever pick up, and I need to. But I did the same thing. I knit on it for quite a while and then went on to something else and never got back to them. All 3 of them. I got a little discouraged knitting shawls because so many of the patterns are just really too small. You know, they don't have the coverage and the warmth that if I'm going to wear a shawl that I'd like to have. They're pretty because they're lace and everything, but so yeah, sometimes I get discouraged, but I'm going to go ahead and finish them. But I really don't want to not finish them after I've gone so far on them, right? But I think that's part of what gets in my mind. It's like, I don't think this is going to fit me very well. The pale green will probably be frog because it's almost a solid color and really should be a Gansey style sock. Ooh, I like Gansey style. Pale green sounds like a spring sock though. I like green. I like green. You're back, cat. I really should put a white towel on my lap. Can't see very well. It's so dark. Maybe I can do that. It's right here. That'll help. So if I get this last bat on here, that will be 7 bats. It's a little under 7 ounces of fiber, which is really good. So often I'm putting like 4 ounces on each bobbin because I have 8 ounces of fiber and I split it to make the 2-ply. I'm making good progress. Miss Erla says, I recently ordered a skein of sock yarn from Hazelnuts. And from the look on the tracking, it's doing a grand tour of the U.S. and before it comes to me, oh no! Oh dear. Oh, you meant that? Yeah, right. Look at the state first. Oh. Alright. Oh, he's back. You just can't stand not being in the same room, huh? You just miss me, don't you? Spoiled cat in a... it's way too early for supper, so I know you're not begging for that. I don't know if I'm going to get this last bat on here or not. Sometimes the bobbin does not want to go around anymore after a certain point of weight on it. So we will see. Go as much as I can anyway. Actually, for drum carded bats, this is really spinning nice. I know I'm picking stuff, but on the whole, this has been a pretty nice fleece. I've had some really bad ones. My own fault. I bought them thinking I would be able to take care of its few problems, but it's not always true. Cat, I'm gonna crunch your toes if you don't quit walking around under those treadles. No. Go lay on the bed. He just keeps circling. Under my chair, around the wheel. Under my chair, around the wheel. You done yet? You done yet? I think I'll have hubby make supper tonight. All he has to do is warm up the chili, and we put spaghetti in it, pasta, so cook some pasta. That's all he's got to do. The chili's already made. I think I'll take the night off. Yeah, because I messed around with that cat. I don't know if I'll go over a little bit. I'll just go over. Finish this bat up. There he goes. He's getting up in his bed. Up there on the bed. He's the first cat that's... I think I've said this before. It really uses the cat bed that I made for previous cats. Maybe not. Maybe you need to sit on the cat bed so he gets your scent. Yeah. He does sleep in it a lot. He's just not going to settle anywhere today. He's not. He's been this way all day. I don't know if it's because the weather is crappy outside and he can't go out or what, but he's just had one of those days that he won't settle anywhere. It's so funny. We have two cushioned chairs on our porch. Hubby sits in one and I sit in the other. And if one of us goes out there and sits down, he goes and sits in that chair, the other person's chair. He doesn't sit in your lap. He sits in the other person's chair. Poppy's in her crate sleeping. It's nice and warm in there. Oh, yeah. That's good. It's a young cat and it knows about where to go for a bed and everything and be warm. Starting out young, and that'll be helpful if you have to travel with him. If it's hot, she has several cardboard boxes in safe places. Oh, okay. Yeah, since we never really travel with any of the animals, we only have the one cat now, but in general, we have never really traveled with any animals. And so, we don't use the crate that much. We have it. We have one. But cats they're funny. They find their sleeping space and they'll sleep there for about 4 or 5 days. And then they find another space. I think this is a natural instinct for cats to relocate so they, are safer from predator, and I'm talking small cats, feral cats, wild cats, whatever. Cat is funny. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't meow or anything. He just comes in, does a circle under my chair, around the wheel, stops, looks at me, and then walks out again like, "You're not getting this. It's supper time. My food bowl needs food in it." I know. I'm almost done. Almost done. Ooh. Got a lot of... clumps here. This is not very good. Oh, you're spinning the Romney. Tell me about it. Tell me what you're feeling. You said you were going to try a woolen, right? So a little bit of a draft back. Are you letting the twist run? Like that. This is woolen, right? Let it twist run where you're not holding on to it, but pull and let the twist run into it. Some new spinners, a lot of spinners have trouble doing it because they want to smooth the yarn. They want to make sure it's smooth, right? So sometimes it's hard to let go and do it like this. It's definitely the most coarse wool you've worked with. Okay, yes, I can believe that. Woolen from a hand-carded roll log. Short backwards draft. Good. Okay. That won't technically make it softer, but it will make it not as, if you can get that little bit of extra air in there, which is what woolen's supposed to do, it'll make it a little fluffier. Well, that's great. You have the hand cards. You can work with them and learn them, and big difference. I just automatically switched to woolen here. I've been doing worsted, semi-worsted. Well, it's going to all fit on here, no problem. Yeah, I'll give you time. Absolutely. the biggest thing is, and then you go on to your next fiber, right? And the difference, every fiber is different. I should have stuck some sparkle in there, some Angelina in there for you to play with. Never even thought about it. Huh. I can see a difference in my yarn too, my single, when I switched over to woolen. I think I better go back to worsted here so that it matches the rest. wrong way. Last bit for this bobbin.
Let me be direct. You're doing TV wrong. You thought that other TV provider was good enough. Now what? You'll talk?
Since I'm on the very end here, I just turned the music off. I'm not going to plan on raiding anybody because I need to go ahead and get up, and I don't want to sit here longer. I hate to raid and run. I like to sit and talk a little bit, and I really need to get up and go today. So you all can go find somebody else to keep you company while you're crafting. I sure appreciate everybody that stopped by today and said hello and stayed and talked. Except maybe my cat. That was a bit of a distraction. He's definitely ready for supper. He does the same thing he does in the morning when he's trying to get me out of bed because he wants breakfast. He eats twice a day. He always has dry kibble available, and water, but he gets half a can of wet food a day. In the morning, and half in the evening. So that's what he's wanting. And my stomach says it's supper time too. Yay. One chunky bobbin. Yep. That's pretty. Pretty color. You okay, buddy? I'm just about done. I did. Oh, okay, you got a lot too? That's good. That's good. All right. I will be back Tuesday morning, Eastern Standard Time, around 11 a.m. And I'll be doing some mending on linens, and I don't know what else. We'll see. It's Crafting Tuesday, though, so not spinning. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging around. Good talking to you all. Guitar Nut. Have a great week, you too. And Mass Bandit, thank you. You've been stitching along. That is so neat. I appreciate that. You all take care. Bye.